Okay, wait a minute, wait. So we live in that chaotic world, but our technology is so advanced that we're going to have flying cars and even smartphone with holograms. But our drainage system is still stuck with non-disposable packaging, and our sea is contaminated by plastics. We as the people of tomorrow cannot let this be any worse and do nothing. That's why we come up with an idea to replace conventional plastics with much more eco-friendly food container. To get this done, we need a help from our friend who also share living in the same earth like us, which is Mr. Palm Tree. If we zoom into Mr. Palm Tree, we can see the raw material of our product, which is the fiber.
Palmaes basically is a container that made up of fiber of dry palm leaf, and we use paprika starch as our binder to make it more richer. The objective of our product is to lessen the usage of plastic, polystyrene and paper in food packaging industry. As we all know, Malaysia is toward lessening the usage of plastic because it has led to the forest destruction. The next objective of our product is, instead of burning the dry palm leaf, we can use it to make this biodegradable container. What makes our container is better than other containers? Firstly, Palmaes is not only biodegradable, but it can also be used as organic fertilizer. The second one is Palmaes can degrade faster compared to the plastic and polystyrene. Last but not least, Palmaes production requires a very low cost, hence everyone can afford it. These properties make our product Palmaes is 100% safe and beneficial. As we all know, the dry palm leaf can be easily found since it has been planted over many places in Malaysia. As the demand increases, we can put a higher commercial value to this dry palm leaf.
And then you might ask, why palm tree? Even though Mr. Palm Tree right here looks like a simple and normal decorative plant, but Mr. Palm Tree siblings who live in palm plantation can have a lot of potential to help us change our environment. We are so lucky because in Malaysia there are about 5.2 million hectares of palm plantation that we can use to obtain our dried palm leaf. Next question, how do we extract fibers from dried palm leaf? Easy, 3 simple steps. First, we collect and shred all the dried leaf, and then we soak it with strong sodium hydroxide solution. After that, we rinse all the dried leaf to get a natural pH of 7. Let's proceed with product making. First of all, we need to prepare our binder, which is the tapioca starch glue. First, we dissolve tapioca starch into distilled water and then heat it up using Bunsen burner until it becomes jelly-like structure like this one. Next, we go mix and mold, where we mix our fiber together with our binder and then mold it out around a sample. For our project, we choose a ceramic bowl because it is much simple and easier to mold around a ceramic bowl. After get our final product, we bring Palmaes into the lab to run a few tests. The first test is to test which binder is the best. Initially, there are 2 binders. First is the tapioca starch, or the second is the gelatin glue. After a few experimenting, we found out that tapioca starch glue is much more stronger than gelatin glue. This is the tabulation of data for strength test. Palmaes can withstand up to 350 grams. The second test is the safety test. We have to make sure that Palmaes is safe and ready to be used by the consumer. That's why we rinse it a few times and make sure it is not too acidic, not too alkaline, just a normal pH 7. The third test is to test either Palmaes is heat resistant or not. We have to put Palmaes in the oven and to make sure Palmaes does not catch any fire. And the last but not least, the decomposition test. We have to make sure that this is the main objective of this product, which is to make sure that this container is biodegradable. And surprisingly, Palmaes only took 1 week to completely decompose. And this is the tabulation of data for decomposition test. After 1 week of observation, the Palmaes fully decomposed. However, there are certain failures that need future improvement during this project is being carried out. One of it is we are unable to add artistic and economic value to our product, which is to add colors, interesting and more functional shapes into our Palmaes. Other than that, we found out that our Palmaes is not ready and not safe to be used inside a microwave. This is all due to lack of time and other challenges that held us behind to we make more experimenting to make sure Palmaes is ready to be used. However, we have tested that our Palmaes can withstand high temperature inside the oven. If you look right here, I tried to bend it a few times and it's still rigid and maintained its shape. For this one, we try to increase the temperature from 50 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius. The structure does not change and it also does not become brittle. Meanwhile, for this one, the structure of Palmaes become brittle because we mold it thin, which means we must mold it a little bit thicker. And lastly, this one is when we use the gelatin glue as the binder, it can be seen that the structure become mushy. Therefore, we can summarize the data inside the table like this. For 50 degrees Celsius to 100 degrees Celsius is a suitable oven temperature for Palmaes, but further heating may it become more brittle until 150 degrees Celsius. And to summarize, we would like to call upon everyone to play our role to save the nature by reducing plastics and start using biodegradable food container like one we are making the Palmaes. Thank you.
Safe, low cost, biodegradable,
Lightweight,